we're sitting here today for a very special ceremony that we see on Sunday night. It is not the Super Bowl. It is the passing of the torch. This beautiful flaming torch that I would have here, but that would be very, very, very bad for the entire freaking apartment right now.
Yes.
Passing to Kyle Shanahan from Andy Reid as the biggest choker in the NFL today. Hey! This is the Sports Dynasty podcast. I am Juan. This is Trevor. We have faces. I don't know if you knew that. All right, so the Super Bowl just passed. The NFL season of 2019 is officially over.
Yes.
Pretty depressing.
It is depressing. But hey, Vincent Mann said we have the XFL on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to check it out. Hopefully it's not as trash as the AFF. That shit was horrible.
Yeah, I'm not going to check anything else. I know it's decent. When I hear enough heads say that it's good.
Who knows? You may see Cordell Jones, win MVP.
See, I'm done already. No. Again, we finally show our faces. It's been, 6 months, I think, since we started this podcast? And now we finally have faces. This is not the official way we're going to do it, though. This is just like a test drive to see how it works. Eventually, I'm going to camera, and then you can see the entire layout, not just our torso and face. But little by little. So, like you said, Super Bowl happened on Sunday. That really sucks that football is really over now, though.
Yeah, it does.
Oh well. Basketball season now, right? Yay. All right, so I took notes about the game. I thought the game was pretty good. I will give the game probably a B plus or an A minus. It was really good to me. I got what I wanted. I wanted a back and forth game. I don't know where this myth came from that the third quarters or like the little meat of the game was boring. I don't know where that came from. I was fairly entertained the entire game, and it was fast too. Like it only lasted like 3 hours. Like it ended like at 10. It was pretty quick.
A little bit after 10 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. Yeah, the ref tried to stay out the way. Tried. Keyword, tried. Underline. But the MVP, Patrick Cojones, do what he does, even though for about 60 to 65% of the game, he was hot trash. Mm-hmm. He was pretty bad. But everything I wanted, back and forth action, defenses playing well. Yeah, defenses playing well, which is the biggest surprise of the day. Kansas City's defense actually showed up and played pretty well, and a certain person in that Kansas City's defense actually had a real chance to get MVP, to my opinion at least. But I have some notes here. The game really started off with Kansas City just getting completely punched in the mouth, and they had to punt the ball. But the biggest plays of the game to me has nothing really to do with quarterback play that much, except at the end. People want to blame the quarterbacks, say the quarterbacks play like trash or whatever. I mean, they had their moments. I kind of feel like Jimmy Garoppolo played an overall Jimmy Garoppolo game. I didn't see much difference between the way he normally plays to now, outside of him missing a wide open Emmanuel Sanders that could have won the game. That's the only difference. But Mahomes was the one that played under, but then again, he did play the second best defense in the NFL, but people are not really keeping on mind. They're trying to flame him like if what he did was bad, like he just sucked or whatever from it. Like he played the second best defense in the NFL. He plays statistically the best pass defense in the NFL. I think they're statistically the best one. We know they're not, but they statistically are, and he played them, and that pass rush was all over him for about half the game. Nick Bosa by himself was obliterating him. So I don't really get why Mahomes was getting flamed and why he all of a sudden didn't deserve MVP, which is a narrative that just kills me. I don't understand where that's coming from. He 100% deserved MVP. I don't understand where that came from. Not at all. But good, Kansas City. Forgot to do that. Congratulations, Kansas City Chiefs. You guys did it. Yeah, I know he don't. He's not with it.
I still hate y'all. Screw you and your tomahawk chalk, but congratulations though.
This is the first Super Bowl probably ever where I literally did not care who won it.
Neither did I.
All I wanted, that's a lie. All I wanted
as long as I didn't care, as long as it wasn't the Chiefs.
But they
did.
won, so you do care.
No, I kind of just was like, whatever is what it is. Shout out to my boy Adam and Jamie, and my homegirl Jamie from Kansas City. You guys deserve it. But yeah, everybody else, screw you. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so let's get to the nitty gritty now. So the score was tied 10-10 at halftime. However, there is a big problem with that. See, the Chiefs went a really quick 3-and-out right after the 2-minute warning, right? So there was about 1 minute and 47 seconds left when they just failed a third down conversion. It was like third and long, too, like 3rd or 15, something like that. They failed that. So the 49ers had a chance to get the ball, score, go through Jennifer Lopez and Shakira's almost porn fest. Then,
which was awesome, by the way.
I don't find any of them attractive. I didn't give a rat's ass about it. I didn't pay attention at all. I don't know what happened. The Shakira thing that she getting destroyed for on the internet, I didn't even know she did that. So that's how I didn't pay attention.
I was like, I don't know what the hell she was thinking.
I'm like, she did that when? I
didn't watch it live. I watched it like all the memes and everything. I said, this is pretty cool. But everybody's complaining, so I'm like, it's not appropriate.
No, we don't have that's not
fuck that shit. Yeah.
The only thing I saw was them shaking their asses. Now, of course, I looked up to see that. I'm like, but it doesn't do anything for me. But anyway, back to football.
Yeah,
that's football. So what the hell was I at?
Oh, that
I know you know what I'm going to say. Everybody knows what I'm going to say.
Yes.
At the end of the day, but they had a chance to go up, take a lead after halftime to get the ball after halftime and go ahead and score again. I don't know where Kyle Shanahan's head was. It's to the point where John Lynch was ready to jump out the freaking press box and call timeout for him. Because he was just standing. You see him through the window like, what the hell? He didn't call timeout, so it wasted 40 seconds off the clock. So they got the ball back without about a minute. They run the ball. They drained 30 seconds off the clock. They run the ball again. Then they're draining more clock. Then I believe Jimmy hit a 20-yard strike. Then called timeout with not even 15 seconds left on the clock. Then the ref ball happened when he threw a beautiful 30-yard, 40-yard pass to hit George Kittle on the sideline to set up a field goal. Then they called offense pass interference. It was not offense pass interference. I guess by the book because he did have his arm extended. But if you really look at the play, the defender was 100% unfazed by that arm touch. So why did they call that play? Don't know why they called that flag. It was egregious to me. It's the Super Bowl. You do not call a call like that in the Super Bowl. Let them play. Unless if it's obvious, you do not call the flag, but they did. So that robbed them of 3 points. But
well, not really, because Kyle Shanahan should have been more aggressive with those 3 timeouts. Less than 2 minutes of the play.
Yes, It shouldn't have been 6 seconds left when they called out pass interference. It should have been like 1 minute and 10. So you had full, and I feel like that was first down too when the offense pass interference was called. I think it was first down. Mm-hmm. So why in hell did you not use those timeouts? That cost you points. You are playing against Patrick Cojones. You are playing against the best player pretty much in football right now. And y'all were giving him the work for the most part. So why did you not take advantage and score at least 3 points, then score again and be up 10 even earlier? The minute that happened, I knew they were going to lose. The second that went to tie because of the way they ended the half, I knew Kansas City was going to win. I knew it. They weren't taking advantage of the fact that their defensive line was giving Cojones the work. He made him look so pedestrian. Those 2 interceptions that he threw in the second half was absolutely egregious. That's the first one when he threw it straight to Warner. But it was like backyard football. He was looking at. He was like, here, bang. And that interception was the worst. I think the by far worst interception he ever threw in his career. It was ridiculous how bad it was. And they didn't take advantage of the half. They had the ball with 1 minute and 40. They would have with 2 timeouts. They did. I don't get it. A dumbass knows what to do. So what are you? I don't understand it. But then they still take care of business because, again, the Chiefs' offense had an almost all-time bad third quarter. They were absolutely disgusting in the third quarter. And then with 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, they are up 20 to 10. They were running the football pretty well. Thought that third quarter, Mostert was doing his thing because in the first half, they weren't running the ball very well. Kansas City did a fantastic job. So why did you get away from it? They started to throw a little bit more. They stopped using Debo Samuel, who was killing them, and they stopped running the football. They started to throw a little bit more and get rattled. Why didn't you hand off the ball when you're supposed to? See, analytics are going to go ahead and say, oh, they made the right calls. You're supposed to be more aggressive. If you have 6 minutes left, you were up 10. You had the ball. What the hell? What? No. This is the difference between analytics and actual football. When that happens, you have to drain clock. The more clock there is, the more you mess up. Like what happened, you give the guys on the other side of the ball more opportunities to strike. Hello? What are you doing? But, of course, he messes that up too. Now, the defense. The defensive secondary of the 49ers completely shit the bed to me. 100% in the fourth quarter. They allowed pretty much two 40-yard plays for the Chiefs to take that lead. With in 3rd and 15, they allowed a 44-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill. Wide open. Blown coverage. And I don't know if it was right after that or it was a drive after that where Richard Sherman got burnt by Sammy Watkins.
We'll get to that in a second.
And a 38-yard pass. Dog. Like, what is going on? From take the lead. Now, they're up 24-20.
That's when I knew it was over. From that moment when they did that 40-yard conversion and they ended up scoring around, like, yeah, this is over. It was over because honestly, I knew because we haven't seen it a lot when you put giving Jimmy G the ball, but he hasn't been in a position to actually, have a game-winning drive.
Yeah, it was very rare.
Very rare. So now I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. But, you can continue on, sir.
The 49ers go down the field a little bit. Then it's 3rd down. Every time I see a 3rd down, especially tight in a game, I always say go for first downs, not touchdowns. I'd rather you get the first and have more opportunities to score rather than you just having just 2. But the play call was actually fantastic because Emmanuel Sanders was running down the seam wide open. There were 3 Chiefs chasing him right down the field. Wide open, and then Jimmy misses the throw.
Mm-hmm. But at least by 5 yards.
Yeah. He misses the throw.
Then it's 4th down.
Then it's 4th and 10. This obviously go for the first because now you got 4th and long. Then Jimmy gets obliterated by the Chiefs defensive line.
And then at insult to injury, they had a garbage time touchdown run. Damian Williams to completely. So the game was already over.
Yeah, it was over at that point.
But that was a huge screw you to the 49ers, saying, yeah, this is how you run the football.
Basically, they actually did run more times than they did. They weren't as efficient, though, but they were running more times. Now, to you people who are saying that Damian Williams has a big case for MVP, what, when, who, how, when, who? You do know that before that 30-yard run, he was 16 for like 60 yards, right? So where was that efficiency at? I don't understand that. He was literally only used for short yardage situations, like basically 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 2s, whatever, or even on 4th down. So where the MVP thing, and he fumbled the ball. I forgot about that. I had to look that up today. He actually fumbled the ball. So I don't really get where the MVP for Damian Williams come from. It's Patrick Mahomes. To me, the second place person for Chiefs that gets it is Chris Jones. That he was a one-man wrecking crew against that San Francisco interior offensive line. He was obliterating them. I don't even know how many passes he batted, like 4 or 5. It was ridiculous how good he was. He was ridiculous. So I don't know where this Damian Williams MVP shit is coming from. That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So you see, people had more of a chance to win that running back should won MVP thing with James White in Super 51. That made more sense because he did have like almost 150 of scrimmage yards. Like that makes sense and like 2 touchdowns. Okay, cool. But Damian Williams didn't do all that much. I don't know where that's coming from. It was either Mahomes or Chris Jones. That's it. I don't think anybody was close. Oh, and no one's ever going to vote an offensive lineman to be MVP of anything, but Mitchell Schwartz was Jesus incarnate this entire playoff run, including the Super Bowl. Did anybody even remember what D Ford was in this game?
No, not at all.
Why? Mitchell Schwartz. That's why. He was ridiculous.
Poor D Ford.
Yeah.
Poor D Ford. What the team?
He still owed the Super Bowl ring from last year, though. The Patriots. We'll have Patriots logo on it, but hey, at least he won it. He's a big reason why they won it. So
yeah, and now he's not there, and now she's going without him. Sucks to be you, buddy.
That's mad funny.
Yeah.
Mind you, Frank Clark didn't do a damn thing in this game either, so it's not like they traded something.
Speaking of Frank Clark, I'll get to him later, but he's an idiot too. But,
so that's the game for the most part. Because the first half is, I won't say forgettable, but it was a nice back and forth contest that didn't have that much meaning because it was tied at halftime. So the first half basically was erased. Who cares? And the second half was the thing that mattered. They basically had 0-0 at halftime because it was the same thing. So the coaching, like I said, Kyle Shanahan coached. I'm trying not to swear as much. I almost said the B word, but that's exactly how he coached. He coached like a bee. He coached like a pansy. He did. He coached scared.
That's literally the best word I was gonna say. We're trying to stay away from other words like that, but yeah, he was very, very too conservative. It was like I can't believe I'm quoting Molly Quorum from First Take. I can't believe I'm doing it. Scared money don't make no money. Even though that's Meek Mill said that, but she want to be cool and shit. But yeah,
but that's exactly
but
what
right. She's absolutely right.
That's exactly right.
You can't win games in this league playing scared. And my thing is that you would think that you have learned from your mistakes in Atlanta, even though Dan Quinn was the head coach. You calling plays, sir.
You call the offensive plays.
Yeah, and the fact that you completely shit the bed again, another Super Bowl. I'm sorry, man, but you are now the choke artist of. It's between you and Mr. Bill O'Brien, but
Bill O'Brien is not worth it. Yeah, it's Kyle Shanahan. At least Kyle Shanahan goes Super Bowls. Yeah, Kyle Shanahan.
Okay, fine. So fuck you, Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
But
the guy got a damn promotion. Ridiculous.
I don't know how. How's that possible?
We're gonna have a whole little thing about the rest of the NFL, like maybe Friday or next week. So we'll talk. We'll make fun of him then. But Andy Reid, though, if there's anyone that this is probably the second Super Bowl in a row that the coach probably deserves MVP. Actually,
yeah.
Andy Reid coached his ass off, and I'm proud of him. Talk about aggressiveness. He coached with cojones in that game. He said, "What's punting? I don't care about that." It was absolutely sensational, Andy Reid.
You can tell,
so good.
You can tell, especially in this playoff run, even though you're being down by 24 points against Houston, or you're being down 10 points in the middle of the third quarter against Tennessee, and then being down 10 late in the fourth against the 49ers. Listen, he said, listen, because we know, honestly speaking, how he lost this game, there was no way. There was like, if he had lost any of those games, he's done. It's like, yo, I don't think Kansas City was going to tolerate him for any longer. But he literally not only saved his job, but in his job, he's set there for life. He's solidified Hall of Famer. We can't take away from him now. He's solidified Hall of Famer. So, it's what it is. Congrats to Andy Reid.
And for people who will say you're crazy, you're gonna lose his job. This is the same team that traded a very capable quarterback in Alex Smith, who had his best career year actually the year they traded him for cojones. So before you say, what are you talking about? They've done it before. Just saying.
And who, if he didn't get hurt last year, would have took the rest into the playoffs?
He would have.
The rest into the playoffs.
He would have. I believe that.
So yeah. So what are we doing here? But anyway, besides that, congratulations to him. We're gonna miss football. I'm gonna miss football, man. It's gonna be fucking terrible. It's gonna be terrible because I'm like, damn, like I gotta find something to do on Sundays.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, other than that, I had fun doing this. This was great season.
We're not done.
I know that.
NFL season is 365. It's not just that. So we got things to talk about.
I think this might be coming into the offseason might be the most interesting offseason we've seen in a while. I think it'll be really interesting. But we'll see.
A lot of Hall of Famers are free agents.
Yeah.
I mean, just 2. But that's a lot. So, all right, let's move on. Super Bowl, like I said, I graded it to be about B+. I enjoyed most of it. It was really good. And I was with my guys, and I was, a little, so I guess that helps with the experience. But I thought it was a great game overall. Very quickly paced to me because it was very fast. I didn't feel bored at all. It didn't drag or anything like that. It was good. I enjoyed it very much. Let's go with the honors real fast. I think there's only one award I disagree with, and that was Rookie of the Year offensively. I didn't think Kyler Murray deserves to get that award.
I would say,
be honest.
I'm glad you mentioned that because
everybody else was fine. I think
was fine. They should have gave it to A.J. Brown.
I think one of him or even McLaurin or even Jacobs. Those are the three that should have been nominees, not Kyler Murray. I'm sorry. Even though he had a decent season, but those other guys, come on, dude.
My father was very upset. He said that he was. A lot of people were saying that Daniel Jones should have got named Rookie of the Year before Kyler Murray. Because think about it, what Kyler Murray do, honestly? I mean, they have improved. Don't get me wrong, the Cardinals have improved as far as wins total.
Well, I think Kyler Murray's more clean with the football, though.
And I was
Daniel Jones was fumble king.
I was telling him that. I was telling him saying that's one of the reasons why they didn't give it to him because he couldn't hold the football on. But A.J. Brown came out of nowhere and completely annihilated.
It's like he got 1,000 yards receiving. I think he did get 1,000 yards receiving, or like 900, something like that, in like 8 games. It felt like as fast as Tannehill got all those stats, it was like A.J. Brown. Half of that was A.J. Brown. So it was like I really believe he should have won it too, but it is what it is. There,
yeah.
Defensive player of the year. Should have. Let's go. The Patriots needed something.
It's still a waste of a defense, though. A waste of a defensive game.
It is. It is what it is.
But shout out to my boy Gilly, yo.
Let's go. What the hell? Offensive player of the year. I was fine. It was 3 dudes, including Lamar Jackson. That was just like I don't know who the hell's gonna get this award.
I mean, Michael Thomas was a fine choice.
Yeah. But I had a feeling they weren't gonna give it to McCaffrey because he didn't really break any records. I knew that the other 2 did. It was like I'm pretty sure they can bring one of those 2. I didn't think they were going to give MVP to Lamar Jackson and Offensive Player of the Year to him. I didn't think they were going to do that because of what Michael Thomas did, so I assumed they were going to give it to him. But hey, good. MVP, I'm fine with, except one thing. Unanimous? Are you sure?
I'm not surprised.
Are you serious?
Honestly, I'm not surprised they would give him unanimous.
That was retarded. Absolutely retarded.
Because they missed the boat with Mahomes last year. Mahomes should have been unanimous.
That's no question.
No question. Yeah. But Lamar, no, I don't know. I'm so sorry. But he was great, but not unanimous. They could have given one vote to Michael Thomas or somebody.
Or Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson played very well, too.
He played well with doo-doo in his team. What the hell he had in his offense? Nothing.
At least Seattle.
He won 11 games.
At least Russell Wilson won a playoff game.
Sometimes I wish that stuff had to do with the MVP award.
I really think too. I think probably because the way how the Seahawks finished the season, probably they was like.
That's probably what happened.
Because it's like, yo, unanimous. I don't know.
Not unanimous. MVP, yeah, I'm fine with that. I didn't have a problem with that. We knew he won since the end of November. We knew he was gonna win that. It was obvious at that point.
When they beat the 49ers, I said, yeah, they got him. They got them.
Yeah, but for it to be unanimous, no. Russell Wilson deserved consideration 100%. Cannot believe he's sharing that same title with Tom Brady as unanimous MVP. Pathetic.
Can't forget,
it should have been Mahomes last year, and it should have been Peyton Manning 2013 too. They should have been 3 unanimous MVPs. But it is what it is there. Is there any other award that matters? No. Comeback, we saw that coming too.
Yeah. Coach of the year, obviously John Harbaugh.
Yeah, it wasn't close to me. I said that from October. I knew.
Even though I would have been upset they gave it to Rabel, but Rabel did a great job. But I'm not surprised they gave it to him.
Yeah.
I knew they weren't going to give it to Shanahan. I knew they weren't going to give it to him because literally Harbaugh literally changed that entire offense.
Yeah.
To fit Lamar Jackson and it worked. So and he made him MVP. So I'm not surprised he got it though, but.
Yeah, another reason why he probably should have won MVP, but again, that's not the discussion here.
Yes.
There's nothing else for the honors, right? Steve Harvey's funny. He should probably just host it forever. He did a pretty good monologue. I think he's funny.
I'm not a big fan of Steve Harvey, honestly. Not anymore. But that's a whole different conversation.
That is a whole different conversation. All right. So now one more thing I want to talk about, and then we'll end the show here. Just something that's been on my mind for a little while.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Yeah. So. People talk about Pro Bowls and stuff like that, how it's completely useless and whatever. I'm like, okay. Because I saw Conan's little thing. He said 5 rules that he would propose for the NFL for it to change. One of them was get rid of the Pro Bowl entirely. I'm like, I get that the game is useless, and I get that no one really cares about the Pro Bowl game at all, whatever. But being a Pro Bowler doesn't have anything to do with playing the game. It has to do
with your achievements on the field.
It's an achievement. It is an honor to be called a Pro Bowler. See, in NBA, being an All-Star means damn near everything to players. They try their hardest to get into the All-Star game. Not just to play. Just the title All-Star player means something in NBA.
Have you seen Bradley Beal was visibly pissed off that he got snubbed? Which is a crime, by the way, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, so NFL is basically the same thing. You see Zadarius Smith took off the jersey, put snubbed on his t-shirt during the game. It means something to them. So you cannot, if you get rid of the game, I guess that it is what it is, whatever. But you cannot get rid of the whole idea of the Pro Bowler. No. There is a difference between Pro Bowl and All Pro. Like there is a difference between All Star and All NBA. See, All Pro means you're the best
in your position
of the best. Pro Bowler means you're one of the best. You are a top 50 player, basically. That's what that means. So you can't get rid of the idea. However, on the NBA side, I think they may take that a little bit too serious because now they're talking about they're getting disrespected all of a sudden. And I listened to a podcast, Thinking Basketball podcast, which is fucking phenomenal. If you guys haven't listened to that, you need to. I shouldn't be advertising podcasts and we don't even make no money yet, but so what? I love it that much that I'm doing it. Thinking Basketball, mwah. And he made a point about how are you being disrespected by not being voted into the All-Star break, which I agree with because in this year's particular, there are so many talents this year. There are like 25 to like 30 players that belong in the All-Star game this year. I think that's too little. Might be a little bit more than that because there's a lot of snubs. They're literally like, I think they made a team of snubs. I think they did. There's like 10 players they made. That's a lot. I think there's like maybe 15 players that average over 23 points. When the hell does that happen? And I think there's like a little bit less than 10 that's averaging over 25. That's astronomical. There barely been 5 players that go that much like 10 years ago. 25 is a lot of points. And I know the era on the game is easier for offense, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But the fact of the matter is that they average that much is still ridiculous. So it's kind of hard to vote. You can't put everybody in. So let's say if I do bring in Bradley Beal and take somebody else out, now I'm disrespecting the other person now. Instead of disrespecting Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? So they had to choose. So I don't think you should feel disrespected when you got snubbed, especially this year, because someone else did deserve it too. It's not just you. So I understand how they feel that I feel disrespected, but I don't think that's not the case. Because disrespect is entirely different. You're over exaggerating the definition of disrespect. Disrespect is if I slap him across the face right now. That's disrespect, and that's fighting right there. Right? You know what I'm saying? So not being voted into an All-Star is not disrespect. They know how nice you are. We know how nice you are. But they just put someone else in instead. It's not disrespect. Don't exaggerate. Like people exaggerate the word hate. That's a ridiculously powerful word. Disrespect is powerful too. So don't over-exaggerate. You're not disrespected. Everybody knows how nice Bradley Beal is. And like, I forgot who else didn't make it in the West. That's what was crazy that people was mad about. I forgot who. Was Devin Booker made it or no?
No, Devin Booker.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Devin Booker. It's not disrespect. It's just that they voted someone else. And maybe because they put other aspects into it. Like for Bradley Beal's case, your team is complete ass. You suck.
Yeah, garbage.
That might be why they didn't put you in versus someone else who was winning a little bit more. I don't want to say they're meaningful. They play more meaningful basketball because I don't like that term that much. But they probably put it into that context. Like you're scoring 28, but you're scoring 28 on a bum ass team that you do everything by yourself. When you don't, because they're one of the more best offensive teams in the game. But that's how it's tailored. It's like that's probably what they did. But it's not disrespect. I don't think it's disrespect. So on the Pro Bowl, it's the opposite. People think it's not. It doesn't belong. No, yes it does. It's an honor. Being called Pro Bowler means you're a top 50 player, basically. So that's good. So you cannot get rid of something like that. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Oh, and there's one more thing I want to talk about. I don't know if you agree with this. This is a rule change. I hate this. You know how when someone fumbles, right? And then it goes out of bounds, and then the offense gets the ball back? Why?
I fucking hate. Yo, how many times did that happen to New England this season? So I'm like, yo, really?
Fuck New England, everyone. Every time.
I'm speaking it from a fans perspective. First of all, you fumbled the ball in general was bad, Why are they going to reward you because you go out of bounds?
What? You get the ball back, and sometimes you could convert
a first down
because of it. Like it rolls out of bounds, and they will convert. What?
How many times when they fumble the ball, you see them fumble the ball, and they purposely hit it out of bounds?
Yeah, like what?
Which is smart. As far as them.
Yeah, we're not blaming the people. We're blaming the rule.
Yeah. The players smart do that. Do what you gotta do. But the rule is stupid. It's dumb. No. And why are we rewarding bad behavior? Why are we rewarding
a mistake?
A mistake.
You messed up. So why you get the ball back? Like, no, it should be clear recovery for the offense. If you don't recover the ball and the ball's out of bounds, the defense gets the ball. It should be just like that. I've hated that for so long. I never expressed it before though. I told my brother that. He was like, no. I'm like, why not? No, why not? So you're fine with fumbling the ball and you get the ball back? You're fine with the other team doing that? No. Think about it both ways. For your team, that's great. But then what happens to you in your defense? Your defense punches the ball out and it rolls out of bounds. And they get the ball back. But you forced the fumble. You made them mess up. Or worse, they fumble from nothing. Because that happens too. They just let go of the ball. And then it rolls out of bounds and they get the ball back. They fumble from a ghost. How the hell they get the ball back?
It's not ghost.
Like, how? But I just wanted to say that because I've never expressed that before. And I wonder if anyone will come up to me and talk about it, debate about it, whatever. But that's all I have to say. That really bothered me and I want to get that off my chest. Is there anything else you want to say? No, right?
No, not really. I agree about other stuff too. You know, I personally think that they should, for overtime, they should adapt a college style overtime. I think it's I don't know. I like how the XFL's new rules for the overtime is pretty cool, but the 5 drive shootout, how they do it at in hockey, it's pretty cool. So I don't know. Just check out the XFL, man. Check it out, see if you like it, whatever, blah blah, and that's it. That's it.
I'm fine with the overtime rules.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm fine with the overtime rules. I completely disagree. Defense matters in life.
I agree. But I'm talking about college. That basically having everyone get a champ at the ball. Me personally,
nope.
Me personally, I
play defense.
I think it's great, but is what it is. But I think they can alter it a little.
Nope. Play defense. Stop bitching. Play defense.
Besides that,
both sides of the ball matter, not just offense. Get it through your thick skulls, people. Anyway, with that all said,
like, share, and subscribe. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Radio, and we are on Twitter at Podcast Dynasty. Until then, we'll see you guys soon.
Peace out. We love you all, guys. Keep on supporting.